Afiba and Celine, two young women full of life and dreams. They vanished without a trace, swallowed by the bustling city of Aba. Their disappearance sent shockwaves through their families and entire Africa. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. Afiba, a vibrant and ambitious businesswoman, had a bright future ahead of her. Celine, known for her infectious laughter and kind heart, brought joy to everyone she met. They were inseparable, two peas in a pod. On April 27, 2024, Andrew Ochekwo invited Celine, a Nigerian citizen, and her friend Afiba, a Ghanaian citizen, to spend the weekend with him in Aba, Abia State, Nigeria. Afiba, who was visiting her friend Blessing Onin in Port Harcourt, accompanied Celine to Aba. On April 28, 2024, Afiba sent an SOS message to Blessing claiming they had been kidnapped by Andrew. Despite exchanging multiple messages, including Afiba sending her location, communication was abruptly cut off. Unfortunately, Blessing did not promptly alert the authorities or Afiba's family. Days turned into weeks, hope fading with each passing hour. The weight of their absence pressed down on their loved ones, a suffocating blanket of despair. What happened to Afiba and Celine? The question echoed through their families' minds and entire nation of Nigeria and Ghana. The police investigation, slow and shrouded in secrecy, offered little solace. Leads ran cold. Witnesses proved elusive. The case grew colder with each passing day, the trail growing fainter. The disappearance of Afiba and Celine became a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of life, the fragility of existence. The police, on the other hand, has been compromised, as they have been accused of corruption by the family of the missing girls. It was a story that demanded to be told, a mystery that begged to be unraveled, egged. In the desperate hours after Afiba and Celine's disappearance, a glimmer of hope emerged from the digital abyss. A message sent from Afiba's phone, a desperate plea for help. SOS, we've been kidnapped, it read. The crucial SOS message was withheld from the authorities and Afiba's family for 48 hours, during which Andrew remained at large. Law enforcement did not immediately apprehend Andrew, and it wasn't until May 7, 2024, that authorities arrived at his residence to arrest him. Andrew barricaded himself inside, denying the kidnapping allegations, and asserting that the girls had left his home on the morning of April 28, 2024. After intense negotiations led by Commander Oeko, the head of anti-kidnapping department of MPF in Aba, Andrew was arrested in the early hours of May 8, 2024. The police subsequently conducted a search of his home and transported Andrew to the state police headquarters in Umuahia.
When Blessing finally came forward with the message, it was too late. The trail had gone cold, the delay proving fatal. Why did Blessing wait? Was it fear, confusion, or something more sinister?
The delay in reporting the SOS message became a cruel twist in the case. This single act had now landed Blessing as the prime suspect, a source of immense frustration and anger for the families. The police investigation, sluggish from the outset, seemed to be going nowhere. The families of Afiba and Celine, desperate for answers, encountered a wall of silence. The officers, indifferent and detached, appeared more interested in protecting their own than in finding the missing women. Their actions, or lack thereof, raised more questions than answers. Was this incompetence or a deliberate attempt to obstruct justice? The families suspected the latter. Rumors of police corruption swirled, whispers of a cover-up. Evidence, if there was any, seemed to disappear into thin air. Witnesses clammed up, afraid to speak out against those sworn to protect them. The police station, meant to be a beacon of hope, felt more like a den of secrets. The families, their trust shattered, refused to be silenced. They demanded justice, their voices growing louder with each passing day.
The IG of police set up a high-power investigative team and informed Nigeria to hear back from him in 2 weeks, now over 4 weeks, and the police chief have responded to the public nether. Do we hear from the investigative panel he set up? People of Ghana are thinking Nigeria police are hiding something, but was that the case?
The families, however, were not convinced. They continued to push for answers, their determination unwavering. As the investigation into Afiba and Celine's disappearance floundered, a new tragedy struck. Andrew Ochekwo, a flamboyant British businessman accused of kidnapping them, who was arrested and have spent 2 weeks in jail, died in police custody as he was being transported to Abuja in a questionable condition. And murder along the way, the IRT squad that extracted him from Abia State on fake documents that say the Nigeria police chief wanted to speak with him concerning the case. The official story of escaping is questionable, but the circumstances surrounding his death were shrouded in suspicion. Andrew had been vocal and maintained his innocence. He informed his friend Ben Samuel, a UK-based blogger, about his innocence and sent him an update of his dealings with the police. Ben Samuel claimed he has information, he that could blow the case wide open, because it was Ben Samuel that disputed the human remains found close to Andrew's home as fake. Then he turned up dead. Coincidence? The families didn't think so.
I know things that could change everything. The police, they don't want the truth to come out, and they are doing everything to stop it, pushing narratives that make no sense to any sound-mind observer.
Andrew's death reeked of foul play, a desperate attempt to silence him permanently. His death sent shockwaves through the nation, further eroding any remaining trust in the police. The case was spiraling out of control, a tangled web of lies, deceit, and violence. The finding of human remains in the thick forest sparked numerous inquiries rather than providing clarity. Questions arise. Who were these individuals? From where did Mr. Harrison acquire the body, a man with a dubious past, having served a 4-year prison sentence for armed robberies and allegations of kidnapping, similar to the current case under investigation? Furthermore, how did it come to be in that location? Mr. Harrison claims that the human remains had been there for 30 days, but his assertion raises suspicions. It is implausible that human remains could be left unattended in any part of Nigeria without attracting attention. Many people were quick to suspect foul play. 1. Blessing Onin significantly delayed reporting Afiba's SOS message to the authorities or Afiba's family, waiting 48 hours before taking any action. This delay is critical as it may have severely hindered the chances of a timely rescue operation. Timeliness is often crucial in emergency situations, and the 48-hour delay likely allowed Andrew Ochekwo to evade immediate capture, reducing the effectiveness of any subsequent interventions. 2. The police response to the allegations against Andrew Ochekwo was notably slow and suspicious. Despite the seriousness of the accusations, Andrew was not immediately apprehended. When the police finally acted, it was only after several days and extensive negotiations, which raises questions about their commitment to solving the case. There were also disturbing indications of a potential cover-up, as the police suggested that the girls might have staged their own kidnapping. This insinuation casts doubt on the credibility and intentions of the authorities involved, suggesting they might have been more interested in protecting certain individuals than in seeking justice. 3. The circumstances surrounding Andrew's transfer to the Intelligence Response Team, IRT, were highly suspicious. The letter arranging his transfer omitted the names of the missing girls and Andrew himself, casting doubt on the transparency and legitimacy of the process. Moreover, IRT activities during this period were dubious. Andrew was compelled by the police to stay in hotels with them for days, leading to his untimely demise and extortion. His subsequent murder, occurring shortly after an alleged escape attempt, hints at foul play and potential misconduct within the IRT. The series of events suggests a possible effort to permanently silence Andrew, thus preventing him from disclosing vital information about the case. 4. The discovery of human remains near Andrew's home further complicates the case. The remains were found under suspicious circumstances, notably missing hands and a head, which could indicate foul play and attempts to obscure the identity of the victims. This discovery occurred after Andrew's death, adding to the intrigue. Harrison Gwamnishu's involvement, including moving some of Andrew's properties without a warrant, raises concerns about potential evidence tampering. Harrison's actions suggest that there might be more to the story, and his motives and connections need to be thoroughly investigated. 5. Following Andrew's death, Blessing, the initial recipient of Afiba's SOS message, disappeared and deactivated all her social media accounts. This sudden vanishing act raises several questions. Was she involved in the events that transpired? Is she in fear for her safety? Or does she possess crucial knowledge about the case that she is now unable or unwilling to share? Her disappearance adds another layer of complexity to the investigation and underscores the need for a thorough and unbiased inquiry. 6. Blessing received an urgent SOS message from Afiba but did not forward it to anyone for 48 hours. This delay is critical and could have significantly impacted the outcome of the situation. Immediate reporting could have mobilized authorities and increased the chances of a timely rescue. 7. Instead of filing a petition in Port Harcourt, Aba, where she was based, Blessing traveled to Abuja and filed the petition on May 10th. The decision to travel such a long distance raises questions about her motives and whether there were specific reasons for bypassing local authorities. This action also caused further delay in addressing the urgent situation at hand. 8. The petition filed by Blessing did not include the names of her missing friends Afiba and Celine, or even the suspect, Andrew Ochekwo. This omission is highly unusual and suspicious, as it would hinder law enforcement's ability to act effectively and quickly. The lack of crucial details in the petition could suggest an attempt to obscure facts or a lack of seriousness in pursuing the case. Noah. The IRT officers, prompted by Blessing's petition, moved Andrew from Aba but did not head directly to Abuja. Instead, they spent days traveling from Aba to Uyo to Benue, never reaching their intended destination. They allowed the suspect to drive himself in his own car and have full access to his cell phones. This circuitous route is highly suspicious and raises questions about their intentions and actions during this period. It suggests potential misconduct or ulterior motives that need to be thoroughly investigated. 10. Andrew was killed while in transit in Benue, with authorities claiming he tried to escape. The circumstances of his death are dubious, particularly given the suspicious movements of the IRT officers and the delay in bringing him to justice. This event further complicates the case and raises concerns about the integrity of the investigation. 11. Harrison's involvement in the case is fraught with suspicious activities, leaving the family of missing girls in a state of unease and fear. Blessing Onyinye, the friend of Afiba and Celine, had been a key figure in the unfolding drama. Her sudden disappearance added another layer of complexity to the case.
I never thought things would escalate this way. I delayed reporting the SOS message because I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Blessing told Harrison in one of his live sessions on Instagram.
Blessing's hesitation in reporting the SOS message became a focal point of unofficial investigation of the case that's mostly pushed by Ben Samuel. Was she hiding something, or was she just a frightened young woman caught in a web of circumstances beyond her control? Harrison Gwamnishu, a human rights activist with a background mirroring the criminal activities in the current case, emerged with his own agenda and actions. When questioned by Mr. Ben about why he was assuming the role of law enforcement and returning the money extorted from Andrew by the corrupted IRT squad transporting Andrew via bank transfer in cash, Harrison's response was nothing more than dubious, and it's clear he was pursuing the case for his own reasons.
I am here to uncover the truth, no matter where it leads. My methods might be unconventional, but they are necessary.
Harrison's approach raised eyebrows and stirred debates, and many accused him of benefiting from the missing girls and Andrew's death. This has led Ben Samuel questioning whether he genuinely seeking justice, or were there ulterior motives behind his involvement. Was he doing cover-up for someone else? Because all his conduct since he joined this case is pointing to latter. His role in the investigation remains one of the most contentious aspects of this case. As the investigation progressed, it became clear that layers of deceit surrounded the case. Each new piece of evidence brought more questions than answers, leading to a complex web of lies and half-truths.
The corruption within the Nigerian justice system is a significant barrier to resolving cases like this one. It hampers our ability to get to the truth and deliver justice.
The systemic corruption and pervasive injustice in Nigeria have long been a challenge. This case, unfortunately, is no exception. The obstacles faced by investigators are immense. As of now, Afiba remains unfound, and speculation surrounds their whereabouts. While we persist in praying for their safe return, let us also remember to keep their family and all those impacted in our thoughts and prayers.